Are our periods really synchronizing? Well, hello there, sweet people. Welcome back to my channel. My name is Katarina. Welcome if you are new. We are gonna be talking periods again. I'm going to be asking more questions because I have a lot of questions which I need to know the answers. And today's question is, are our periods really synchronizing? And if yes, why? If you are a periodic or periodical person or person who is getting periods, which means you are a woman and you do get the periods naturally, then you may have heard, you probably have, or you even experience something called period synchronizing, period syncing, which I experienced as well while I was at school, and I was in a group of a lot of my girl friends, and we kind of all had periods at the same time, and it's like very well known fact that the girls' periods are synchronizing. We were never really thinking about if it's true, and if it's true, why is that? So I reached to my very good friend again, called Google, and I am going to ask him a question. Why are we synchronizing a period? Okay, let's go and look at it. So first one is a BBC article which says on Google, it's commonly believed that women who live together eventually experience the syncing of their monthly periods. But could it just be a chance? The theory behind the syncing of menstrual cycles is that women's pheromones interact when they are in close proximity, causing them to have their period at the same time. Let's click on that and read more. Many females buy into it. I'm probably one of them. I definitely think it's true, says Emma. It would be too much of coincidence otherwise. And somebody says here, the idea started with research finding published in Nature in Scientific Journal in 1971. A researcher called Martha McClintock studied the menstrual cycles of 135 women in American college. She found that the onset of a date of menstruation was more similar among friends and roommates than among random pairing of women, says Alvergner, which we all experience. I mean, don't tell me that you didn't, because I'm pretty sure every woman experienced that. Dr. McClintock I did put a lot of makeup on my face, I cannot read. Hypothesized that this was because the women who were spending time together had the chance for their pheromones to affect each other. And why would this happen? The most relevant theory was that it was an evolved strategy among females to cooperate with each other to stop becoming a kind of harem for a single dominant man. The idea is that if women had synchronized cycles, they would all be fertile at the same time, so one man would not be able to reproduce with them all. I wouldn't think that's true. He can't manipulate all the females at the same time, so that's why it was believed to be a form of cooperation between females. That just sounds weird, because if you have a group of women and they're all fertile at the same time, which is like 1 or 2 days, no, it's more than that, I'm pretty sure one man can handle that if he wants to. I mean, fertilization, getting women pregnant doesn't take that long, does it? Just a few minutes, and a day is 24 hours. I'm pretty sure one man can handle that if he wants to. There's nothing, impossible to do it. In the 1970s, when this paper came out, feminism was emerging as an important movement. And this might be one of the reasons why the idea became popular. Sounds okay. I found that sometimes society values are hiding in hypotheses, and from a feminist point of view, the idea that females would cooperate in the face of male domination is attractive. I mean, it sounds good, but I think it's rubbish because, as I said, I don't see any problem why wouldn't be one man able to fertilize few women in what day. There is no reason why, there is no problem for men to do it, because he is not limited to fertilize only one woman a day. So that doesn't really make much sense. So I'm not really getting an answer. They're not even saying if it's true or not. Let's look on some other articles. I don't really like this one that much. So, period syncing, real phenomenon or popular myth? 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 And this one was reviewed by Deborah Weatherspoon, and she's got a lot of titles, so she might know what she's talking about. What is period syncing? Period syncing describes a popular belief that women who live together or spend a lot of time together begin menstruating on the same day every month. Period syncing is also known as menstrual synchrony and the McClintock effect. It's based on a theory which we just read about, and some women even swear that certain alpha females can be the determining factor when entire groups of women experience ovulation and menstruation. Anecdotally, people who menstruate accept that period syncing is a real thing that occurs, but the medical literature doesn't have a solid case to prove it happens. Keep reading to find out. Alpha female? That I don't know. So the McClintock effect we just read was a study on 135 women. The study didn't test other cycle factors like when the women ovulated, but it did track when the women monthly bleeding began. McClintock concluded that the women's periods were indeed syncing up. From this article, it looks like we have some newer research done. In 2006, a new study and review of the literature made the assertion that women do not sync their menstrual cycles. This study collected data from 186 women living in groups in a dorm in China. Any period syncing that appeared to occur, the study concluded, was within the realm of mathematical coincidence. A large study concluded by Oxford University and the period tracking app company Clue was the biggest blow yet to the theory of period syncing. Data from over 1,500 people, I assume it were the women, demonstrated that it's unlikely that women can disrupt each other's menstrual cycles by being in close proximity to one another. A much smaller 2017 study keeps the idea of period syncing alive by pointing out that 44% of participants that were living with other women experienced period synchrony. Period symptoms like menstrual migraine were also more common in women living together. This would indicate that women might influence each other's periods in a way beyond the timing of their menstruation. This is insane. Syncing with the moon? Like what? The word menstruation is a combination of Latin and Greek words meaning moon and month. People have long believed that women's fertility rhythms were related to the lunar cycle, and there is some research to suggest that your period is connected or somehow somewhat syncs with moon's phases. In the older study from 1986, over 28% of participants experienced period bleeding during the new moon phase. If that data set of 826 women held for the entire population, it would indicate that 1 in 4 women have their period during the new moon phase. However, a more recent study conducted in 2013 suggests no connection. Okay, so I mean, moon synchronizing is very random because, I mean, that just, I'm not gonna comment on that. And why synchronicity is hard to prove, the truth is we might never nail down how real the phenomenon of period syncing is for a few reasons. Period syncing is controversial because we don't know for sure if the pheromones on which the theory hinges can influence when your period starts. Pheromones are chemical signals oh, pardon me, then we send to the other humans around us. They signify attraction, fertility, and sexual arousal, among other things, but can be pheromones for one woman signal to another that menstrual should take place. We don't know. So it's hard to prove because of the logistics of women's period cycles. While the standard menstrual cycle lasts for 28 days, beginning with 5 to 7 days of your period, during which your uterus sheds and you experience blah, 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 blah. Many people don't experience periods that way. Cycle lengths up to 40 days are still within the realm of what's normal. Some women have shorter cycles with only 2 or 3 days of bleeding. That makes what we think of as period syncing a subjective metric that depends on how we define syncing up. Okay. Period syncing will probably continue to live on as an anecdotally proven belief about women's period. As humans, it's natural to connect our physical experience with our emotional one, and having a period that syncs with a family member or close friends add another layer to our relationship. However, it's important to know that having a period that's out of sync with the woman you live with doesn't mean anything is irregular or wrong with your cycle or your relationship. Alright, so what did we find out? Not really much. We read about theory which says that the syncing is real. We read about the theory which says that the syncing is not real. And we also read about the theory that we are syncing with the moon. So, which one to pick? Which one to pick? Definitely not the first one, because I don't believe that our body don't want to be fertilized by one man. That it just doesn't make any sense to me. So I don't really think we are thinking, but also I think we are thinking. So I don't understand, because it happened to me. I lived with my sister and my mom, 3 women in a household, and we all had a period at the same time. Or I had a lot of girlfriends at school and we all had a period at the same time. Could be just coincidence, possibly, but was it? Or was it? What are the actual factors? Why is it happening? Why we cannot test it properly? Why is female body so complicated that we cannot have a simple answer for my question? I don't really know. What is your opinion? Let me know, because I don't think we are syncing with the moon, and I don't think we don't want to be fertilized by one man. So what is the deal? What is the deal? Do you have the answer on my question? Do you? Can you answer my question? Can you do better research? Let me know. Show me your opinion. Let me know in the comments. Like the video, subscribe to my channel. Please don't forget to subscribe. Thank you to all of you who finished this video, who watched until the end. Probably nobody is doing that. Anyways, if by any chance somebody is, thank you so much. Thank you for coming along. As I said, don't forget to like and subscribe. I am asking questions, trying to find the answer. Most of the time I cannot find the answer. Doesn't matter. Life is short. Let's just find another question and I will try to find answer to another question. That's fine. Check out my channel, check out my older video. I asked a few more questions. Oh yes, I did. And I may have found the answer. You need to watch your video in order to find out. So you look after yourself, synchronize or don't synchronize your periods. It's up to you. And I will see you next week. Bye.